Welcome to Confessions of a Former Sorority Girl. My name is Mona Wesley, and I am a former member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Incorporated. I, in this first video, will share a little bit about denouncing and renouncing. I've heard them used interchangeably. I've used them interchangeably, but I'm an educator at heart, so this is where I start. Hey. It rhymes, but anyway, I'm an educator at heart, and it's my responsibility to make sure that as I'm sharing where I can, I provide some nuggets. All right. So the first is to renounce. To renounce is to declare that one will no longer engage in, adhere to, or support. To reject or disown. For example, I, Mona Wesley, denounce, reject, disown Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, meaning that I no longer engage in, adhere to, or support the covenants, oaths, agreements, or expectations of the organization or its members. To denounce. To denounce is to condemn openly as being wrong or reprehensible. For example, I, Mona Wesley, denounce the covenants, oaths, and agreements and expectations of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, an organization that claims to be founded on Christian principles, as idolatrous and deceptive. I believe it is a cult as reflective in its practices, rituals, covenants, and secrecy. Renounce is a word that is more internally focused than denounce. To renounce something is much more of a statement about what you have done or plan to do, rather than what someone else has done. You might renounce an old habit or lifestyle, or renounce your support of something, but you denounce other people's words or actions. Remember the difference, and there is a good trick to help with that. It has to do with the letters in the word, the first letter of each word. Renounce is similar to meaning to reject, and similar in meaning rather to reject, retract, and revoke. Of course, all of those begin with R. Denounce is similar in meaning to condemn. Denounce, condemn, both have a D in it. Actually, if you remember the other one, you should be able to get the other one. Remember renounce, you should know what denounce is. In summary, both words are verbs and share a similar origin, but their English meanings are very different. And I say context matters. Renounce, again, means to give up or relinquish or declare your ending support. Denounce means to condemn openly, accuse publicly, or formally end a treaty or agreement. Now, I renounced many years ago. I really thought that all I had to do was say, I'm done, and walk away. But I believe it's my responsibility, I say as an elder in the former organization, to speak up, because sometimes in sharing our testimony, it frees others who might not think about it as even being important, or may not feel like they have support in stepping out. I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of young people stepping out and stepping up. Many of them who weren't born, most of whom were not born when I pledged in 1988. I don't see a lot of people with longevity, and I have seen some. So I felt it was important to not just walk away silently, but to share. Take from it what you will. I'm not one to say, oh, if the Lord's not condemning you. In my testimony, I'll share what His word has shown me. And if you are a Bible-believing, Jesus-following Christian, it should be clear that to be a part of this organization or any other organization that's wrought in secrecy and has associated with it a known false god is not biblical. It's not of God. Now, what happens with that? I don't know. I have no heaven or hell to put anybody in, but I know I have a responsibility. So this is Mona Wesley, a former sorority girl, and I confess that I had stepped outside of the will of God, became a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, but I praise God that I no longer am a member, and I have the letter to show. I wrote a letter to the organization expressing my willingness or my desire and expectation to be removed from their records. Not only did they honor that, they informed me that I couldn't change my mind and that I could not come back, which is a complete release. And I praise God for that. I pray that this testimony or the sharing in some way helps you or those that you share this with. All right? Another video coming up soon with my testimony. God bless you. Peace.